Well, I had to do it again. I tried to schedule it and it just, oh, Jesus Christ, I swear to God, I hate computers. Um, Also, I think I put that slow chat like every 60 seconds, I guess, so I could answer. I'm trying to fix it, but I can't. So just ignore all the other live things I tried to do today because none of them are right. I try to get live on my phone at Little Red Door, and it started raining and just wouldn't work. Um, Now it's time for a new phone. So, because I really, really wanted to take you guys with me, out in the field. I'm so pissed off. You have no idea. I have to breathe for a minute. And you guys are probably on the other page. Probably. You don't have access to this feature. Oh. What do you mean I don't have access to this feature? What's going on? Oh, who do I got? Who's here? I put that, I think I hit that slow edit or slow mode thing where every 60 seconds, which I can't fix because I'm an idiot and I'm about ready to throw this thing out the fucking window myself, too. So whoever's on here, let me know who you are. Because I had to start all over again. It was supposed to remind me, and I don't know if it did, and it said waiting on me. I didn't know what to hit. Everything I hit went to hell. Diesel! Oh, thank God. What's up, dude? How are you? You're getting in a lot of shorts, aren't you? I see you all the time on my page. Do you get it yet? Do you see it yet? I like it. That's me all day long. I put this on. Yeah, I'm real happy with my new camera, so I'm thrilled. I mean, I got everything I need. Now I need a new phone because I was going to take everyone in the field today. But my phone just wasn't cooperating. And then, of course, the weather wasn't cooperating. So I figured I'd do this. I wasn't prepared to do this. I don't know what we're going to talk about. But we got to get together this spring. It's right around the corner. We got to. Who else is around us? Do you know? I know there's somebody close by. David's in Maryland. He'd like that. I don't know if he's ever been there or not. Hi, Paradox. What's up? What's up? Missouri, that's kind of far. Oh, Mole Man? I never heard of him. Mole Man. Does he have a channel on YouTube? Diesel? I need to talk to you, Paradox. I've sold so many rocks already on eBay. It's crazy. I don't even know what the hell they are. People are nuts. I mean, Okay. On Etsy as well. I go to Etsy, trying to figure out what I have, as how to post them. But I mean, I'm obsessed, obviously, with rocks, and I sold a box of rocks, was this big, to some lady in Florida who she's a wonderful, wonderful customer, but she loves fossils and things like that. And I guess in Florida, they don't have mountains, and they don't. I can understand that, but for $75, you know, I picked. I mean, it took me 2 hours to pick out my best rocks because I have so many. But she's a doll baby. She's sending me a present, so I'm assuming I'm going to get shells, from Florida. Have you really? Yeah, eBay. Oh man, did they screw me good? I had this one like garden rock. It was big and it was heavy, and they it was all their fault. I mean, I had put you know how they do the 48-hour special thing for people who are watching. Well, this lady thought she purchased that rock on that, but she missed the 48-hour cutoff. I have no way of knowing that. That's not controlled by me. That's controlled by eBay. So she paid full price, but I didn't know that. And she felt some kind of a way, and it just kept going and going. And then she wanted a refund, and I'm like, I don't do refunds. That's on eBay. I'm sorry, but I've made. Let me tell you something. Between my two online businesses, which is this and my selling, it wouldn't even pay the rent. And I'm talking less in the last years. You know what I mean? Um, when I just started on eBay, actually, it was January. I made $600, and then the pandemic hit, so I didn't have access to my inventory, which I didn't, which was kind of nice because I got to collect unemployment, which was very nice. Um, I didn't get paid for a year on YouTube. Here they didn't have my bank account. Not that it mattered because I didn't even make $100 in a year because I wasn't, and I was filming then. It's pathetic. I can't. This is my passion. I was never in this for the money. And anyone who knows me from the beginning of when I started filming, I wasn't supposed to be the one filming. This was for future, and I do mean future cryptozoologists, not me. But nobody would tell me what was going on. That's right. It's your fun time. Well, today I got to have my fun time because I didn't have a car for 2 months. So, I was getting, the new computer, I got the new camera, I got the tripod, I got da 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 da. And then didn't have a vehicle. And I was sick, in December, for 50 fucking days. I mean, it was crazy. But that just gave me all more time to study, and sell and make earrings for this year's eBay. Well, actually, that's not for eBay. This is more for flea marketing because that's what I do in the springtime. Oh yeah, since PayPal got out of eBay, they don't know what the hell the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. It's like your money's available now, 5 days later, and it's not even close to the same amount they told you was available. It's like they're nuts, and you can't get a hold of a live person. There's no one to talk to, and if you say, now I have to say it like this because everyone's computer will go or whatever will go off. But hey, giggle, you know, um, call eBay. That's what I would do. That's what I always did. And apparently, it was a fake number, and I got hacked through that number. So eBay didn't get hacked, but Giggle did. Got hacked because they, you know, um, whatever I said sent me right to this, these hackers, and they sounded the same. Everything sounded the same because I used to call them all the time, because I didn't know what I was doing. So, and I'm in the post office and I couldn't find my, QR code type thing, and it's like I know I already paid for the postage, and the question they asked me sounded legit. They're like, "Well, did you pay for the postage?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did." And so he says, "Well, you have, check that first." Sounds legit again, not knowing they're in my phone. Okay, like more than one. So I go into my bank account on my phone. So all of a sudden, I'm watching funds just go. The first thing they attacked was Zelle, hot, any kind of like hot cash or whatever. Um, and then and they tried to get like 400 and some odd dollars, or no, 500, and I only had like 460 or something there. So next thing you know, I'm watching money's being transferred from this account to that account. I'm like, what the fuck? And they're asking me, I'm like, no. And they're typing over me, yes. I'm like, no. And then a cop walked in to the post office. I'm like, you stay right there. I'm like, look, I'm being hacked right now. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So I got lucky there. I got my money back. I didn't even know they took any money. But yeah, they managed to get me for $468, or the bank, we'll say. You've been doing your own art. What kind of art? Diesel do you do? Aside from the obvious. Paradox. I mean, can you give me your I see I don't do Messenger. Okay, that's the thing. I don't trust that at all. Um Gmail or email, that would be better. But I'd like to talk to you, if or I'll send you my email. Okay. Yeah, that must be new. Yeah. Well, no. Like, they'll suggest if somebody's like watching an item, they'll say, promote it, which was, oh my god, like $13 for the one. I was like, what are you kidding me? That was without their fee and the shipping, and it was like I wound up getting like $34 for a $79 rock. It was like, you gotta be out of your mind. And then she was bitching and wanted her money back because they charged her the whole thing. So I will. Oh, have you heard of it? There's a platform called, and I forget what it's called. It starts with a B. It's like an auction, and you put stuff on the table. Discord. Never heard of that. I haven't heard of that. See, there's Discord now. If I was to sell clothes, I would probably go to Poshmark, or but Marketplace I use for local stuff. I mean, I have garden rocks that are way too big to ship. Oh, they do? Discord. Okay. Is it easy to sign up and all that crap? I mean, I have so many. God, I have so much stuff. You have no idea because I haven't been. Yes, it is easier than eBay. I mean, I should take you out into my living room just to give you an idea of how much stuff I have. 80-pound quartz rock? Wow. 80 pounds? You mean like this? You mean like a quart rocks like this? You got 80 pounds, Diesel? I have it taped together because it was the only one I ever broke. You know what I mean? And it's real funny about if you go on Google Lens or whatever, try to identify anything there. Okay. Now, my thing was, I painted my rocks. Really? Shit. But I mean, this is what I did through the pandemic. Okay. I can't paint. I mean, I can't draw. We'll put it this way. This is all 3D stuff that you would see in my videos. So I would just actually close my eyes and just color the rock as the rock is, and the faces are already in there. But they look so pretty in a garden. And I'm a little insulted that no one's bought my painted rocks yet. But that one is freaking heavy. That's got to be slate. I don't know. That's straight. Oh, my God. This came from this had to be when I was in the trailer. I think that was like my very first one, literally. It's got so much paint on it, it'll never come off, ever. Oh, you live near some quarries? Oh, man. I mean, they're for specific items, but you don't know what's going to come up. It's going to bring up all sorts of stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, and the problem is everything I do on Google Lens is worth anywhere from $350,000 to freaking $1 million. It's like, I can't paint that. I just want a rock to paint, I'm bored. But it's like I can't. I sold my meteorite and it's not a lunar, it's not it's a bratio or a conglomerate, but the meteorite sat right in there, but it's not really a meteorite, it's tektite. So that's celestial, right? Not terrestrial. Is that how that works? Or is it terrestrial, not celestial? It's not from the astral belt. And I sold that for $80, I was excited when it was magnetic. Whoa. And I just broke my first geode. I have one more that I know is a geode because it came in National Geographic. It was a present. But I need my glasses. Hold on, let me get my glasses so I can see. I'm so wound up. I'm so pissed off at my phone. I'm going to throw it. Hi, Thumper. Come on. Come here, Thumper. Come on. Come on, Thumper. Come on, you stay out of there. Come on. You don't go back there. You know that. My dryer blew up last night. Boy, what a shaboo that was. What's like direct texting? Oh, it's too close. These are for distance, so it's like... Oh, the Discord app. Oh, okay. I mean, I like the back in the day, letitgo.com was great, like for big stuff, like my pool when I was on the mountain. I had a ping pong table. I had, hello, you stay out of here. Come here. Don't you go back there and pull my curtains down. My rabbit. But where's Rita? I guess she never found me. What? So did anyone get a chance to look at the last two videos I posted by any chance? Did you like the new camera? It's just unbelievable. And the reason I knew I needed a new camera is because I was just going back to my old videos, like 10 years worth. Yeah, that was badass. Really? You th- well, quartz is energy, right? Straight energy. Yeah. So, I mean, I knew that one was broken, not to mention the fact that, I suck at filming, but having the right tripod definitely helps. Um, but in looking at my old videos, how clear they were, and it's just like, that's definitely it. I think this is too much light. I got this off of Pinterest, the pattern for my first Sasquatch, Sally. Joel has the rest of them. He has the alien, and he has her mama, but I have not yet made her father. That light's like blinding. Come here, Thumper. Yeah, it is a lot better quality. And wow, I did see the craft. You know what? Oh shit, I have a phone. I finally saw the craft where the interdimensionals. I hope I'm right there. Um, are getting off at the ones that come in through the clouds, and or wherever. And on the mountain, they came through the portal, with the portal birds, where there was three of them, and they would bring like an entire tree in. One would come right at you, one would go this way, and one would go that way, like a 3D, like if you were at the movies. That's what I call dimensional cloaking. And to find out now that I was right all along, to the three anyway, everything's three. So if you're if you're looking at an alien right at you, you're not looking at his eyes, you're looking at two profile eyes, and they're going to go this way, and the nose and the mouth's going to come right at you. So this way, I guess it was a defense mechanism, I thought, because the grays are going into extinct. I did have this problem last week. Extinction. They cloned themselves into extinction. They didn't do their proper math back in the day, I guess. But so when they're at war, I always thought that the two profile eyes that went that way, whatever, was to protect the genetics and the gene of the only one who can reproduce, which is not many of them. So, or at war, that'd be kind of cool the first time, say, hey, there's only 40 of them. And they go down there and then there's 120 of them, but apparently everything is in threes. So it's quantum. Yep. Quantum clones. That's funny. Quantum clones. Well, it is all about quantum physics. I mean, that's what I've been studying for the last 8 months, and then when I got sick until now, where I can now finally have my own life again, where I can go out, leave the house, and do whatever I want. We'll see what happens there. Free will is not necessarily such a good thing, right? But I studied, I dropped my channel for 8 months because I needed to study. Because I lost my place in, I didn't know where I was in this, unique society, we'll call it, of ours. You know what I mean? If that, you know what I mean? Not if you're in the seventh dimension, you don't. You get all the free will you want. Yeah. Well, the problem we can see the forces. We can't now. That's why I keep telling you guys. Like people were saying to me, "Why don't you just freaking walk up to it?" It's like, well, first of all, why don't you walk up to it? Okay, he's 60 feet up a fucking tree. Number one. Number two, he's not here. By the time I get there, it doesn't matter. It's already over. He's not in our realm, and I'm able to film into the fourth dimension, which I now know is now it's all connecting. And like I had a massive download one night. All the studying I did when I was sick and like sleeping with headphones on and everything else, just to see if you actually can retain when you're sleeping. Because I suck at studying when it comes to writing things down. I couldn't even read my own notes. Oh no, they're not. No, they're us. Yeah. Um they're real. They're just not in our realm. Um no question that they're real, but there are also thousands. If there's one, there's thousands because I've got them 1,050,000 times, but it's not from here. He probably in the fifth dimension. He's no dummy. I've seen Bigfoot walking out of a UFO in full gear, okay? And he was deemed the guardian of the gate. That's mythology. And I would imagine that would be the portal gate. And when I was at the trailer across from Bigfoot Woods or whatever, I'll never forget this. And I don't know if anyone else can see this, but it's just something I like. Maybe I can see, but there's a still of him, and he's got like something like this, and he's like holding back this huge, huge entity, and he's like, "Nah, you ain't coming in. You're not allowed in." You know what I mean? You're okay, but you're not allowed in. So he's quite smart. Well, we can't get to 5D or 4D until you make the best out of 3D. So if you're not happy in your 3D life, then you're fucked. You're just gonna keep getting incarnated and doing it all over again. Now, this is my understanding. Um, it took me 6 months to decipher who, because I'm very, very, very picky, very, and you can't lie to me because I will catch you. And I just caught someone last week um, who my mentors are as far as quantum physics, um, dimensions in geography, no, geometry, ancient history. I watched. Who was my first? I'll tell you, my first when I realized that what I'm doing for all this time wasn't really about a bipedal, hairy human or humanoid walking the planet. Now, I would love to believe that, and you know what, Diesel? I do, and I hope. I really do think that we have enough space. Let's face it. I do believe that they can come and go at will. If they can do all that, they can do anything they want. But they don't like it here simply because the gravity and you know what I mean. It's just they just don't like it. But they do. Um, how would you explain me getting screamed at? Like this is what messes with my head. I've been screamed at from maybe 10 feet behind me. Something they way under exaggerated how horrifying that is. You can't talk. You can't breathe, you can't do anything for about 20 minutes, and you're just in shock. And I'll never forget that because my boyfriend still didn't believe in him at the time. It's pretty fucking scary. And it was our first cookout, and he went whoop, just messing with me, and all of a sudden, I mean, and the first thing he said was, "There's somebody, down at the bottom of the back cave with a megaphone." I'm like, "Yeah, right, okay. Who are you trying to kid?" You know, I don't think so, but I do believe they come and give us messages. For whatever reason, they definitely related to my mountain. They have, whether they come and save people or beings if they need help. I mean, I don't know what they do. But if you notice, all the experiences are always fleeting, always on a cell phone, always fleeting, always blurry because they're not here. It's not blurry because, some guy told me that I was, or that people were shaking the camera on purpose. I'm like, no, I'm shaking the camera because I'm shitting my pants. What are you talking about? These poor people who don't know anything, they were lucky that they had the forethought to even grab a camera. I mean, really, but when they're not quite here yet, but the veil's thinning, you know what I mean? It's foggy. It's going to be foggy because they're not quite here yet. And then, that's what he said to me. I'm like, no, people aren't trying to fool you. We're not trying to kid you. And these poor people who don't know anything, like I said, we're lucky they even had the forethought to grab a camera. Are you serious? My God, it's terrifying. And then you hear, and then we still have these shows. Hi, Indiana. How are you, honey? Sorry it took so long. I had a hell of a day, let me tell you. I was at the Little Red Door today trying to get online, and it just was a disaster. It was just a disaster again. I was like, oh, God, I don't get it. And the weather went bad again, so I said, all right, I'm going to have to go home. Hi, baby bunny. Come here. He's on my bed. What are you doing, baby? Come here, baby. So I said, you're going to have to wait for me to go shopping and come home. And I promise I get on. You're getting big, little boy. Come here. Come here. Come on, say hi. Here, say hi. Say hi. A thumper. What are you doing? What's my baby doing? What's my baby doing? He is the sweetest rabbit I have ever seen in my life. He is just so funny. Yeah, he just loves to be petted. Oh, right there. Yeah, he loves it. And he's litter trained, so, which is nice. Only I would buy a rabbit that was, it'd say Grumpy Bunny right there on the cage. And of course I had to have him, Don't pull my curtains down. You scared the crap out of me one night. I'm watching my curtains and they're going down and down and down. I'm like, oh my God. And it was my rabbit. No, you're not getting my curtain. No. I'm putting it in the drawer. But yeah, ever since I started looking, I mean, 9 years, I'm thinking, how did a 6 foot, hairy bipedal, 20 feet up in the air in a tree? Now, who's going to be looking for him in a tree? No one. I wouldn't think. I didn't see him when I was filming. I only looked up because all these birds flew away. And so it was fleeting, of course, because I didn't see him. But you can clearly see him stepping up and over. I mean, it was very, very obvious. And but how did all this come, go from a 6 foot, like I said, hairy bipedal to creation and spirituality? I don't understand that. But And I wouldn't watch anyone else's videos or anything for 8 years until I finally decided that it was time. This was actually a year ago. It was time for me to see what the hell's going on, to see if I'm even close, you know. And son of a bitch, if I wasn't, everyone else was dead balls the same way. I mean, that's what they all came up with, and that's what I came up with because I wasn't going to be influenced by anyone else. Um, Somewhere along the line, I went from a student to a teacher, and I take that very, very seriously. There's people out there who need help, and they're scared. You know, not everyone handles things the way that I do. I mean, I'm laying in my camper, looking right out the window at these monsters from absolute hell. I mean, these things will make your skin crawl. And it's like, okay, all done. Good night. Pull the curtain down and just go to sleep. But if I see a ghost, I'm out of there. The only thing we're sure to happen, but I'm gone. I don't do the paranormal. Yeah, always look up. I know that now, but I only remember when I was 7 seeing Patty, and I knew that there was Bigfoot on my mountain, but I didn't see him for 4 years. What are you smelling, sweetheart? And I can't believe I forgot all the not horrid, actually, very exciting things that happened to me like early on. It was crazy. We had the fire at the seed factory, and that's when diamonds were coming to my window and lights, and she took me into other dimensions, showed me everything, turned my woods into water and swamp, and showed me what I believe to be the Hopis, I guess, coming up from underground, and because I was totally against anything biblical on my page. You said anything biblical, you were out. You were booted off because I just thought it was immoral and probably illegal in a couple of places. But when somebody comes to me and says, hey, listen, God came to my bed, kneeled down and told me to give you this message, I'm like, well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little something about my God. He knows I would tell you to go fuck yourself and never believe you because he knows me too well, not realizing that I am God. You know what I mean? We're all God. We are the technology. We are, everything. And it's not about us. It's about the planet. But it's just so bizarre. There's just so much. And every time like a psychic, which, what, 1 in 10, 15 you might think about believing, you have to study some of them to find, whatever. And then every week, quantum physics was backing it up because they have no choice but to look into the unknown, which they don't like to do. But they're backing it up with fact, which is blowing my fucking mind. It's crazy. Prayer is real. I mean, they back that up. And it made perfect sense. I mean, Greg Braden, he's the genius with that. But it was Paul Anthony Walls who got me the one time, who actually got me to listen to a biblical anything because he had a sexy Australian voice. And that was the only reason I listened to him. I know. Hey, to me, computers are just as bad as AI, They told us a long time ago not to mess with that, and we really should have listened. But the only reason we're able to get the word out to possibly save our planet, whatever, is because of the internet. I mean, why suddenly are they making it possible for everyone on the planet, I mean the planet, to have a phone? And it's not to have a phone, it's to have a camera, because that's the only way you can see them. Except the select few who are, function at a higher frequency. which I have only a few times. Like that one time when I was surrounded by Sasquatch, that was a hell of a day. Let me tell you. Exactly. Well, it's, if we all were to say the same thing at the same time, because we're all connected, regardless, it would have to happen. It would have to happen. Yeah. Hey, I never thought about it like that, Diesel. Yeah, like this, like Matthias, who is a rememberer, and he was, it was, I guess, during the flood around that time. So people like him are, we are the rememberers. Everything in our body, every cell in our body remembers everything from the beginning of time. But we can't. We have to learn how to activate it. You know, it's the Akashic records. It's in the astral, and which is constantly. I mean, the gravity or the air, whatever, it's all matter. I mean, there's information being downloaded constantly, constantly, constantly. We just have to know how to grab it, you know. And they have people down here. When I say they, I'm talking about the aliens. They have people down here specifically to reactivate like the pyramids and things like that, that were meant to do that. But the planet shifted 17 degrees. So now everything, I mean, we had it right ourselves when we thought the pyramids were pointing to a certain astrological whatever. We had that right, but the planet shifted. So it's a little off. So they have to reload the information. What's the plasma event? I don't know what that is. I mean, I believe that we were, that were um, engineered, whatever, but evolution was correct. And do you remember Dave Diesel? I mean, from way back, I don't know whatever happened to him, but he interceded when Bigfoot Tony left and Joel came in to Project X. And because me and Mark, Colorado Bigfoot, we booted him out. We couldn't stand him anymore because he kept telling us everything was a leaf. Um, Dave's the one who told me about the other side, about the time travelers and things of that nature. Now, I'm not sure. Everything's confusing, and there's no other way for me to find out until I do it myself. So I'm trying to astral travel myself. That's what I've been doing every night. Okay, this would have been a little bit earlier than that. Was Bigfoot Tony still there, or did you watch Colorado Bigfoot? Oh, you weren't in the club. You weren't in the private. This was private at the time. Okay, you came in. Oh, okay, okay. Did you have an experience? Is that why, Diesel? Did you have an experience, or what made you, you know, want to delve into this crazy world of unknowing and being? I mean, I was ransacked in like 2015 by trolls. I mean, constantly. I think I am the last female to ever make it in this subject matter. You know what I mean? In any kind of, and I never used. They didn't know that I was abducted. That I was in a club or whatever with the two greatest minds. In when it comes to this subject matter. Um, so at least I had confirmation because I didn't know what the hell I was saying. Oh, when you were 19. So you were always interested, like in the back of your mind. Yeah, it'll never go away. So when you're in the woods, you'll always see, it's like, oh yeah, I remember that. Really? Huh. That that's your spirit guide, probably. You're definitely I think Bigfoot has to do with the astral realm because he's from another planet. So what we do here affects him there. Wait. Oh, I found the plasma. Oh, it looks like a stick figure man with two dots. Ooh. Oh, did you meet the shadow man, as they call it? I love your little emojis, paradox. My girlfriend, Linda, the one I was abducted with, I believe. I don't remember it. I really would like to get hypnotized. I think it's important. Yeah, and a hat. And they're real tall. She was strangled by one in her house. So, but I mean, I was 15 when the UFO came. We were just walking to the dance, and this was, a big saucer. I mean, it was huge. Colors, just like you'd see off, in any movie, whatever. And the reason we got all that from the movies is because George Lucas was going into the Pentagon, and he met the Greys, and he met all that. That's where they got all these ideas. Close Encounters, which I did. Um, what he did with the mashed potatoes, I did with the first, I guess, character we'll call it, aside from me, lady that I met, who the next day she came. There was two diamonds in my window, and I named him the Trickster, and that's how I came up with the dimensional cloaking. The whole, I don't know, they were a pancake. It was weird. I don't even know where I came up with that. Maybe they put it in my head, but I told Mark, I'm like, Mark, I don't know if he was in New Mexico or somewhere where there was a lot of rocks. I'm like, I know that guy. I'm like, he's in all my videos, right? Because I like to see him in rock. Is the coolest thing. You made a 12-foot teepee? Oh my God. Well, anyway, I said, wait, let me quick find one to show you. I couldn't find one anywhere in my videos. I mean, not one. And I thought they were in all of them. And then I saw an album that said The Trickster on it. I'm like, and I opened it up. Here I made the Trickster with rocks. Like I built, and I'm not crafty that way. I don't do shit like that. I built it with the rocks that they gave me, you know. And then we had gotten a pool, and then I had to move them, and I was like real meticulous about how I moved them, but I didn't remember doing that at all. I did after the fact, but birds live in it. That's great. That's the biggest bird nest probably known to man. I'll tell you what, I just loved Pine Barrens. Love it. I wish I was alone or with. So I still have not to, yet really to go squashing except for that horrible experience with Jeff. But um, when Joel and I went and David went to when I first met him down in Tennessee, that wasn't the same thing. It was like he had an agenda. David was down there for exactly what he was supposed to be down there for, and I was down there to go squashing. But it was the hottest week of the year. And I mean, we were having a major heat wave. So thank God Joel got that hotel room and top of the line. Everything is like, I don't feel like I'm squashing here. It's not the same. But it's not the same if you're with somebody who doesn't know anything about it either. I just want to be with somebody who had lights. Something lights would be great because the shit I get at night would scare the pants right off you. But I'm sure it's not as bad as it seems. It's just they're dimensional. Is all they have to do is they're not really morphing. Is all they have to do is turn because they have three faces. You know what I mean? So when they're looking at me like that one video at Spooky Woods, Linda, I got, there was a tree like this, and you could see him in the middle, and is all they had to do was turn. But they're watching constantly. There's nowhere you can go that they're not watching. We just don't know who's watching, the clone or the real one. But as all they're doing is turning. I think. I hope. Deer head skulls. Oh my God. There's cemetery. Well, you know what? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a mausoleum. And no churches directly around me. And one of them's from 1700s, which I thought was a pet cemetery. Let's see if this is better. Is that better? Yeah. The glare is better. Okay. I thought it was a pet cemetery, It's, I guess, people who founded this town or something. It's crazy. But do a hot? Do you mean do a shot? Oh, I can do a shot. Why am I getting hyper? Not coked up, right? It's definitely shot time. But oh shit! Once they've had, wait, is that tomorrow? The 18th? Is that St. Patty's Day tomorrow? It's today. Well, I just got, my vehicle back today, so I wasn't thinking about St. Patty's Day. I guess I can sell up my St. Patty's Day gnome. I'm going to do a shot. I'm shot somewhere. Something. Cheers. Happy St. Patty's Day. I can't believe I missed it. I missed Christmas this year. I missed everything. Wow. What a freaking end of 23 or 22. Where are we at? 24? Oh my God. Are we in 23 or 24? 23. Right? That's what I thought. I was like scared. Hey, listen, 2 years ago, I told my son, I said, I'm turning 54. 55. He said, no, you're turning 54. And I said, no, I'm turning 55. He says, Mom, I'm turning 34, so you're turning 54. I didn't believe him, so I Googled it. And it said I was 53 and so many hours and so many minutes old, you know. So I already lost a year once. So Tracy Wenzel. Oh, me too. Oh, just type in Deb's local PA and it should come right up. Tracy. That's so sweet. But don't go to the popular videos. They're only popular because they've been there the longest. They're freaking pathetic. Except, I mean, there's a couple of them that are pretty good, but they were still with cell phones and, you know. It's funny to hear me talk, though. You know, how much I learned or what I didn't know then, what I know now. It's pretty funny. And I used to call them whoop whoops. I thought they were Bigfoot. I mean, I didn't know. But you know what? I'm hoping, and I still believe that there are probably cryptids on this planet that we don't know about. There is plenty of space. We know that, right? But now, who was it? What's his face got that beautiful picture of Bigfoot? You know, um, I just know he's multidimensional. But then again, so are we. So, the hell. Um, I don't know. I wish there was, a Neanderthals running around. Now, I also heard a story that now I have to dig through so many stories to find out the truth. It's just going to be it's just going to take forever. That Sasquatch lives in inner Earth. I'm like, oh, okay, wait. When did we go back to the hollow Earth theory? When did that come about? I haven't heard that for a while. But is that what they consider interdimensionals? Or, I mean, my verbiage, I didn't know back then, and there's no dictionary. So I believe what I'm saying is 99% accurate, but the verbiage might not be. A lot of it I made up because there was no verbiage for it. We all live in the yellow submarine. This is from my other favorite. Who be calling me when I'm live? How dare you? Oh, yeah. We belong to the entire cosmos, so we're all extraterrestrials. The difference is that their ancients told them the truth. Our ancestors knew. I mean, they were way smarter than we were, but not technologically smart. They were spiritually smart and knew a lot. Like in what's the hell's the name of it? Like old age stuff going on right now. Atlantean. The Atlanteans and the early Egyptians, when they were born, they'd be like, welcome to Earth, your path to death. They were obsessed with death. So that's what it was all about. What is your name? And I would. Indiana. I have, because I probably know you from Facebook, don't I? And you know what? I've never used my YouTube name on Facebook because I had to protect my son, which was really stupid because no one's going to be looking for Deb's logo. They'd be looking for my name. And now they won't let me change it back to Deb, to my YouTube page. David Allen Co. Terry is Is it really? I don't even know Diesel's name. What are you talking about? Paradox. What's your name? In Indiana. I want all your names. Jason. Now that's easy enough. Jason. Now I have a friend, that I can tell what their name is by Glenn. Glenn Allen. That's nice. Stop it. Terry, that's not you, is it? Is that you, Terry? Really? How are you? Thumbs up. You're my man. You know that. You brat. So Diesel is Jason. Indiana is Terry. And I'll never forget, I won't forget that. And Glenn is Paradox. Now remember, you only have to remember one name. I gotta remember all you guys. Where is Rita? This is the first time I've ever had all men. This is very interesting. I like that. Now Missouri. Do you like Missouri? I'll have to actually look it up. What's the atmosphere like in Missouri? I never hear much about Missouri. You don't hear like finding Bigfoot or not finding Bigfoot. Never went to Missouri. I don't think. Did they? And what is your interest in all this, Glenn? Did you have an experience? Okay, really? But it's north, isn't it? From PA? Terry, you're gonna get it. I'm gonna smack the shit out of you. Oh, it did. Okay. I wonder. I guess you would consider that. Yeah, you're gonna get it. Um, well, I guess that you would consider it an orb that came to my window, but it's southwest. That's what I thought. Hmm. I have to have my Glurb or my grandson here. I want to go. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to talk to Mark, and I need a vacation. Next to Illinois. Oh, okay. So you're in like Tornado Alley, kind of, sort of. Which one? Which video did you send to Joel? He wasn't feeling well. Yeah. Um, Glenn, in the beginning, when we got rid of Tony or Jason, his name was actually. Um, oh, okay. He's probably having a hard time. Now, I'd be down there, except that they won't allow me to go down there unless I get my shot because they don't understand what's going on. I will not get a COVID shot. I'm sorry. You'd have to kill me first. All right, good. We'll see if he comes on. Mark probably want to see it, but it is you, Terry. So you might. Hmm. I don't. I haven't even talked to him for a long time. Last time I talked to him was when I was promoting him, which I always did. But yeah, Rita. She said she'd be waiting for me, and this didn't even work. I had it set up and like scheduled, and then they kept saying awaiting Deb, and I'm like, awaiting me for to do what? You know, so I had to start all over again. Okay, thank you, because she might be on the other page. Because I mean, I tried 3 times today. Rita was she was immediate. Um, I invoked her into Facebook because she was just an immediate seer. Now we have, rememberers out there. They call themselves the rememberers. So I don't know what to call myself, a seer, because I see things. I don't know. Thanks, Tara. Appreciate it. But Jason, yeah, I want to get together. I want to do the Jersey thing again. They were so good. They were so good. You know what? I'm taking notes. That's what I'm an idiot. Oh, look, here's my bill from last time I was at the when I was at the Pine Barrens. Look, I still didn't pay the bill yet. Yeah, I'd like to see that. That'd be awesome. And I know I've asked you that before, but you're on Project X, right? Yeah, Diesel is, I think. Yeah, and Terry's been on there. I've known Terry for a long time, and he knows damn well that I don't know who he was, and I'm gonna kick his ass. And now, Glenn, you have a page on Facebook, right? And I mean, I used to feel so ignorant because I wouldn't. It wasn't that I wouldn't watch anyone else's stuff because I didn't want to watch anyone else's stuff. It's just I couldn't be influenced by anybody. It all had to be discovered by me and my subscribers together because I didn't know what I was doing. I just want to know what the hell was running around my woods. uh-huh. You have no idea, Terry. But yeah, when Joel came, he's he's not feeling real well right now. He hasn't been doing good. Last time I was down, about Joel or about Bigfoot. Sasquatch I use as, I use that as a verb and not a noun. Sasquatch is the study of the unknown, what we're all doing. And it's interesting to be able to talk to people who are actually out in the field, especially you, Jason, because there's not many people, especially who do this alone. Hi, Thumper. What do you want to go night night? Who do this alone? Who never lies? Who said they never lie? Can't live without the woods. I would die. People go to Florida. Mark doesn't. Yeah. I don't know. Um, the weird part. The weird thing is that when Jason, Bigfoot Tony used to say, or Mark, Mark. Oh my god! I said, oh my god! I just found the video too the other day. I put out a video. I was sending it to to Project X because we were just loading all the information we could and just taking it into court to prove that Bigfoot was a deserved all the other treatment of every other animal, even though he doesn't need any help. Believe me. But it's all I was doing was proving them wrong, and I was like, you know, I didn't mean to. In Jersey, when I know it's when I mean, we don't. Well, actually, we have. We've got more tornadoes now than we ever have. My son, especially where he lives. Okay. Well, last year we did have tornadoes. Um, okay. Many of my older videos, the when the interdimensionals were coming in, it would sound like a tornado. And I made many videos of that. I mean, not the cars coming by. I'm talking tornadic. That's what it sounds like when they're coming in. And I was always obsessed with how they get in sight unseen, It was like, and it was loud. And it's not like that anymore. I don't know if that species, it was that species, because if there's one, there's a gazillion, or the race or whatever. But the little people are so cute this year. Not that they're not every other year, but they're just really coming clear as can like all get out. Yeah, that's all it takes. Um, I got one in Hawaii sitting at the bus stop on a bench. Um, because Michelle didn't want to go do something, and I wanted to go to I forget where. Could be anywhere. Because it was wintertime in Hawaii. Nobody wanted to swim. And of course, I go to Hawaii when the biggest shark on the planet is circling Hawaii. Yeah, that could only happen to me. But then I thought, if I had half a brain, that made me realize that there wouldn't be any tiger sharks around. And let me tell you, this shark is not hungry. Okay, it's pregnant. Wait, Lindsay just sent me from Bigfoot Forest, Vancouver. I'm only about 2 minutes in, and baby, there are actual faces on the tree trunks. Oh, she's pinned. I'm sorry. Wait. Oh, there's Rita. Look at all these timestamps. It's just crazy. I'm gonna have to do a Well, the top moments were actually for the two videos, so I really can't do a second one because it's gonna have the same pictures in it. But that was crazy. I mean, I was like, Polly, you got some shit going on in your house like you can't believe. But I wanted to go to the Mad Hatter today. That's where I really want to go. And the weather wasn't working. Oh, Terry, yeah, yeah, you know that. I went with Michelle. Oh, the Mad Hatter. Oh, I'm sorry. It's one of my research areas. I just assumed that people know where I'm talking about. My grandson named it that because every time we went there, there was a rabbit, and it was the same rabbit every time, and he wasn't afraid of people. He's he's 10 now, if you can believe that. Yeah, shame on you, huh? That place is pretty crazy. I also went there with I got freaked out because I was going through one of my old videos and I'm like, oh my God, there's a fucking person. And it was the hunter. Do you remember that? My one with the hunter. So I got to sit up in the, I just wanted to get high and quiet, and film. Well, sure enough, he puts me in a spot. Now he can't see what I'm looking at. And I'm looking around. I'm like, oh my God. Of course, he knew the guy's house who lives right connecting to this. It's a power plant, but it's, big lake. And there's a trail all the way around. And I'm sitting here and I look to my right and there's a Bigfoot type thing is hanging there right next to me. I'm like, oh my God. And in front of me, there was like a pond with a hangman type thing with something hanging off of it. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, right? And then all of a sudden you hear Mark say, or the hunters, he had a climbing thing. And he's like, fuck, shit, son of a bitch. I'm like, well, guys, I guess we won't be seeing any deer today. So, and we didn't. He lost his temper. It was the craziest thing. So I've been bringing a lot of my stuff up to the front. I mean, I don't know if there's a time frame for that, but um, I would prefer to put music to it because to hear me talk and sing and do all that goofy stuff I used to do is embarrassing. You know what I mean? And it wasn't politically correct for like newcomers, to hear me talk like that because I didn't know yet what was going on. Yeah, Diesel, it's going to sound like a freaking tornado. I mean, literal. That's what I said. As a matter of fact, it's titled that toward the tornadic, and it is loud like a freight train. Um, and that's, I guess, just this one particular species. So I don't know if they're coming in a craft of some sort. That I don't know. Um, but you know what? Speaking of audio, I need to get that audio out now. I just got speakers. The audio out of me and her again. Every time she's around, shit hits the proverbial fan. The girl I was abducted with when I was 15. That Joel was allegedly on that ship. Um, this is how another reason like I can't explain. Now, how would Bigfoot, we'll call him Bigfoot because it was a Bigfoot, sounded like a Bigfoot. I heard him coming, and I'm in a tent. She's playing with the fire, and she never listens to me. And so I grabbed her by her ponytail and pulled her in the tent and zippered it up because I could hear something coming. It's coming. And I also had been growled at right in my ear walking along, the side of the hill there. And she did not know her phone was on. She had no idea. So we're in a tent. Here's the fire. Something picks up her phone and you can see it go over the fire and put it down within like 30 seconds. And when the video starts, I'm talking, I'm conversing. And then all of a sudden, dead silence. No crickets. I mean, poosh, dead. Nothing. All you hear is metal. And you hear this growling that's just hideous. I mean, terrifying. It sounds to me like almost exactly like a cougar. But then an owl starts looping in the background. And this went on for, and then you could hear footprints like on metal, not my yard, But how did they get our tent into a portal? Now we didn't know we were filming. We had no idea. We didn't hear anything because we didn't know. And we went inside. We never made it past 2:00 on the mountain. Never. I was too scared. And she turned her phone on and she's like, "What the fuck is this?" Well, I woke up the entire United Kingdom. That's where Bigfoot Tony was. And I'm like, I'm freaking out because I don't understand it at all. At all. And here's another, incidents where, well, that would kind of explain him being multidimensional, but I'm just trying to figure out how he took, as I slow it down, it's no longer a fireplace. It looks like a little tiny ship, like little people might come in or something, And like my UFOs, they can't be UFOs. They're entities. They're just too small. And I need to get it louder yet again, because that should have went viral, no question. I mean, that explains inexplicably that there are portals. And like in Alaska, where they say people walk into these portals and are never seen again. Like the Bermuda Triangle, whatever. We were taking into this portal. Now, whether I gained 2 minutes or lost 2 minutes, I don't know. But the video ends with me finishing my sentence from when it cut off. And he's like, well, when you find the unedited version, send it to me. And I'm like, edited? I'm like, she doesn't even know how to use her phone. I mean, she's totally retarded. It's an iPhone. She didn't even know what the hell she was doing. I'm like, it's not edited. I mean, if it is, it was an accident, but I don't see how you could edit anything like that. And about 10 minutes later, he called me back and he felt the need to call his doctor or whoever he, associated with. And then he called me back and he said, well, what you're hearing is not growling. He said, it sounds like something that can't breathe, something that's barrel chested that perhaps has emphysema, which is normally a barrel chested type human, whatever, a big person, whatever. And that he told Jason that I was stuck with a sick Sasquatch. I'm like, what are you telling me? He's like, you're either stuck taking care of him the rest of his life. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, that's not what it is. It's a growl. I mean, you tell me. I'm going to put it out. I'm going to put those speakers up. You can hear it on the TV, but on the TV, you can also see like certain things, but I don't want anyone to look at any kind of visual because it's not really a visual. It's just the audio that you need to listen to. And nobody will do it. It's like, would somebody please listen to this fucking video? And I just can't get them to do it. I was always in the background. Really? Is that right? Now, if you recall, what you want me to send the the audio? It's already on there. Oh, Thumper! Get out of there! I had an explosion with my dryer last night, and I just gotta something. Um, but I'm going to do it again. So, okay. All right. And I'm sorry. I'm so bad with going checking my Facebook because I just don't have time to do it all. But don't get offended. I will get to you. You know what I mean? You got that, Glenn? And I'll send you my email address so we can figure out how to talk because I don't do Messenger. I don't trust it. It's not safe. And everyone thinks this is a fucking dating platform. You know? Even Marketplace. I was when I was trying to sell my trailer. It's like, what is trailer a code word for, let's get laid? I mean, I don't know what's going on here. And then I have people calling me and saying weird stuff to me. It's like, oh man, no, bunny. Hi, baby. You scared? Did you hear a mouse? Come here, baby. Oh, it's okay. It's mama. It's okay. See, I want to go to the Mad Hatter. Look at his feet. You stop that. You stop that. You're a good bunny. You're a good bunny. Wave goodbye. So wave goodbye. Okay, we'll see you soon. Mm-hmm. Whoosh. I have to do that. It'll scratch me. Okay. Yeah, or whenever you post something, or just, you can tag me too. So, like if you're on a different page or whatever. And Terry, I will deal with you later. And Jason, you'll be hearing from me. After I'm done this, I'm going to go on to Facebook, as a matter of fact. So I have to talk to Rita and what have you and see how everything went. Oh, did you? What would you say? Tell him Debbie's coming on vacation. I need a vacation. Bad. Well, I ain't paying for it, tell him. I'll pay to get down there. I'll pay for everything, but I'm not paying to go. Oh, he won't. But Mark, if you do, I'm coming down. Over whatever you want to call it. And you just got back from Florida, didn't you? If you're listening. I'll talk to you on Facebook, but I really, really, really want to come. I want to come to you. So if you have room for me on the sofa, whatever, I'm great guests. As you know, Joel and Donna, they would never let me leave. People were thinking funny stuff was going on. No, they just love me. They wouldn't let me leave. I'm like, but hopefully he's feeling better and hopefully he got to see some of it. So I'll go into you know what? I'm actually not even subscribed to Mark's page on Facebook, like the first one, like the Colorado Bigfoot page. I don't know why. I'll have to tell him to call me. Well, I have to go on with everyone's or happy St. Patty's Day. So, I'll talk to you guys soon, and I love you all. This was really great. I got to talk to all men. This does not ever happen. So, and researchers. So that's great. I had a great time. Thanks for coming, guys. Really, thumbs up on that. And Terry and Jason and whatever, I'll see you on Facebook, and I'm gonna kill you all. You're in big trouble, Terry. You have no idea. Bye.